that's left is the vote. Barring something unforeseen, the Senate is expected to confirm Brett Kavanaugh as an Associate Justice of the Supreme Court later today. Senators debated his confirmation all night long and are still on the floor this morning. A vote is set for this afternoon.
Kavanaugh's nomination and confirmation set off a bitter partisan fight in the Senate, and it sparked a national dialogue about sexual assault when Christine Blasey Ford accused Kavanaugh of attacking her 36 years ago when they were teenagers.
On Friday, 4 key senators made their intentions known following an FBI investigation into the claims against Kavanaugh. Arizona Republican Jeff Flake said he would cast his vote for Kavanaugh. Alaska's Lisa Murkowski said she would not support Kavanaugh, the sole Republican to break from her party. But Maine's Susan Collins announced she would vote yes, giving Republicans the 50 votes needed for confirmation. After Collins' announcement, West Virginia's Joe Manchin became the lone Democrat to say he would also vote for Kavanaugh. Paula Reed will have reaction from the White House, but we begin this morning on Capitol Hill with Nancy Cordes. Good morning, Nancy.
Good morning, Michelle. Well, Republicans are relieved, but no one is popping the champagne corks just yet. They will save that until after the final vote later today. Democrats are still on the Senate floor at this hour, railing against the nominee and against an FBI inquiry they view as incomplete.
Comes around.
Democrats spent the night trying to get their GOP colleagues to reconsider.
Is this someone who could sit on the highest court in the land?
But Judge Brett Kavanaugh's confirmation was already all but assured after Republican Susan Collins of Maine made this announcement.
Mr. President, I will vote to confirm Judge Kavanaugh.
Her decision came at the tail end of a brutal and polarizing 88-day nomination process. That was rocked by a series of sexual misconduct allegations against the nominee late in the game.
Senator Collins, please go.
Protesters tried to drown out Collins and West Virginia's Joe Manchin, who on Friday became the first and only Senate Democrat to back Kavanaugh.
I believe Dr. Ford. Something happened to Dr. Ford. I don't believe that the facts showed that it was Brett Kavanaugh.
Kavanaugh is a 53-year-old federal appeals court judge and former White House lawyer for George W. Bush. His confirmation today would give conservatives a 5-4 majority on the Supreme Court. He fervently denies pinning down Christine Blasey Ford and groping her in 1982.
I have never done this to her or to anyone. That's not who I am. It is not who I was.
Ford made the allegation anonymously at first before Kavanaugh was nominated.
I was pushed onto the bed and Brett got on top of me. It was hard for me to breathe, and I thought that Brett was accidentally going to kill me.
A limited FBI background check last week did not find solid proof for her claims.
The 4 witnesses she named could not corroborate any of the events of that evening gathering where she says the assault occurred.
But Senate Democrats argued the FBI was prevented from interviewing corroborating witnesses.
The least this body could do was pause for a moment and not do a sham FBI investigation.
Ford's lawyers told CBS News she is glad she came forward, even if Kavanaugh is confirmed.
She's given a voice to hundreds of thousands of women across the country, across the world, who have been sexually assaulted. So those survivors have a voice, and they can look to Dr. Ford as someone who had the courage to stand up.
And those lawyers put out an additional statement late last night after it appeared that Kavanaugh's confirmation was all but assured. They said, quote, "We believe Christine Blasey Ford and we fully support her. Senators claiming to want a dignified debate should not repeat lies constructed by the Judiciary Committee that were cynically designed to win support for Judge Kavanaugh." Anthony?
Nancy Cordes on Capitol Hill, where the debate is continuing before the vote. Thank you, Nancy.